Mark 1 Audi TT gasket replacement video. Hi all, Stephen here. In this video we're going to fix the rocker cover gasket on the Audi TT. Okay, so I think I found the problem. So the back of the rocker cover gasket is leaking, so in this video we're going to fix the rocker cover gasket. So these are the parts you're going to need. First of all, we have the external gasket. Then we have the internal gasket that goes around your spark plugs. Next we have the chain tensioner gasket, the half moon gasket. And to compress the chain tensioner to get this gasket in and out, we have this little part here. We're going to need one of these little chain tension compressors. So the way they work is they have a little Allen key at the top, threaded bolt, it's only threaded so far, and this will actually push down the self tensioner or the oil tensioner on the chains. So that has to be bought as well. Okay, so first job is to remove the engine cover. Always interesting, it does say BAM just there, which is pretty cool. So it is the 225. Now we're going to go for the rocker cover gasket. So it's way off down here. So what we're going to do is take off all of this and the charge pipe and clean it down to get down into it. So unfortunately there is a lot of stuff to undo. So I will come back to you when I have a bit more done. In case you're wondering how do these clamps come off, you lift them up here. You see there's a little T-bracket at the back. They just slide off like that. Okay, to remove this button, just go in with a screwdriver just underneath it. And then it'll pop up like this, and you can just pull it straight out. That's what it looks like on the other side of it. I have dropped it, there it is. But yeah, don't drop it. But yeah, it comes off very easy. Okay, now I've gotten these released. This has been released. And there's two Allen keys down here and one at the side here. And this is released. So you'd have to do this anyway if you're going to change these spark plugs, or these even the HT coils. So that's all done. That was a fair amount of job just to get even those nuts and bolts out. So right, now we have the charge pipe. The charge pipe has been released. So that's one of the major big jobs. If you've gotten this far, I think a lot of it is actually kind of easy enough to do. So just release all the clamps. I try to get the screwdriver into the centers and just open them a bit. I would like to reuse them, but if I can't do it, I'll probably just buy new ones. And then there's a big long pipe that goes all the way down to here, down to here. I just removed the whole lot, just to make more room. There's not a whole lot of room, but it's not the worst job I've ever done either. Now that I have the loom all removed and this bracket here at the back removed as well, now I can start pulling the spark plugs, or the HT coils, whatever they want to be called. Okay, so next thing to do is undo these little bolts just here, and now the bracket's free. So unfortunately on mine, basically the insides had basically disintegrated. So I tried to hit it with a chisel. You can see there a dent at the side, but I just couldn't get it out. Basically the metal had oxidized and someone had put a blue Loctite onto a panel that's basically a heat shield, so I don't know why they wanted it not to rattle, I suppose. But I had to get a vice grip and very carefully, just slowly, just try to break it free. Alright, now I have it off. So to get that out of the way, that's that done, and I think the only thing left now is to start undoing all the little 10 mils. Okay, now to take it off. So where it says BAM, just get a little lifter just here. That's one side. And I think we might even have to take this off. It just won't lift up, so that's out of the way. And the corner, yay. Okay, so that's now the two sides undone, which is great. We can put that pluggy back. Right, go back in. Now, to lift off the rocker cover. Okay, now I have it pretty much free, but the problem is it still won't come up. So if we look all the way in here, you can see just, maybe you can't see it, but just in here where this little bar is going across, when it comes up, it hits off this bar going this way. So what we'll do is get a hammer and we'll just hit it backwards. Okay, let's see if that did it. Come on. There we go. Okay, it's now clearing it. It's so difficult to see, but you can see just the black bit just down there. It's now actually passing the lip that's just here. Look at that, one-handed. And now we're stuck. Okay. Hey, we're free. Okay, we still have the leaves and everything. Touch. Great. There's the rocker cover. Gasket. So yeah, mine one was leaking somewhere back here. Probably where all that oil is there. And yeah, when the engine was running, you can see this plume of smoke constantly coming up. So yeah, because the smoke was coming up here, the fresh air has been sucked in here. It didn't make for pleasant smells inside the cab, so definitely time to change this rocker cover. Okay, I know they always say that baked on dirt is baked on dirt and you shouldn't try and remove it, but I'm going to throw this into the parts washer and give it a good clean. And I'm going to try and get it back to as new as possible because that's disgusting. Okay, let's throw it into the parts washer and give it a wash. Okay, so one of the overhead lights is after blowing, so I just have to do this by torch work. Okay, this is the little tool to compress the plunger just here. So it's a hydraulic plunger or an oil-fed plunger, and that puts tension on this chain. So the way to take the tension off it is to get one of these. So this is going to push down, which push the oil out of the plunger and then make this slack. So then we can get the gasket that's underneath here. So this is the little tool I got. It's obviously 3D printed and not 3D printed very well. So if you look straight down, it's bowed. So you can see that this side here and this side here are going this way over where my thumb is, and this bit in the middle is pointing over there to the left side of the camera. So didn't know what to do, because when you put it on, you can see it's very bowed there, and it has to fit in a straight line between this point here and this one here, so it has to sit on top, so it goes in down this side here on the inside. And yeah, I wasn't going to do that, I was going to snap it. So what I did was I got a file and filed an edge on both sides. You can see it kind of there. So it means now that when it sits in there, oh, that's the hole, by the way. So you can, I'm not sure if it's going to pick up in the camera because I can't get the camera and the light down. But there is a hole anyway. Just down there, there's a thread, which is the corresponding thread to this. We put this down here. You can feel that threads lining up. Just give that a twist. Don't want it to cross thread it now. That's okay. You can see now that that's sitting on the inside of this, and on the far side, up there, you can see it's sitting also on the inside of it. So now we get the Allen key and start winding it in. The noise in the background is the ultrasonic bath for the head of the rocker cover. Okay. Give that a check. Check on this side. You can see it's actually going on the inside now, because before that this was sitting on top of this. So there is a little bit of flex in the plastic, but there's not that much flex in it that if you didn't do this, if I didn't take a little bit of an edge off it, I think it would have just snapped one of these T's or these little horns here off. Alright, we put this back on. I am terrified of dropping it. And when we twist that, you can actually see the chain is now starting to get loose. So you can see it there. I think I have to keep going that bit more. Nice bit of slack now coming into it. and because the shaft here isn't threaded all the way down, it's only threaded so far, so you are meant to stay twisting it till the threads stop, but obviously I'm just going to stop just there when those two meet. Which I think is there. I don't want to break it, because I don't have a second one, so I think that's enough slack. Yeah, it's getting tight there now. Okay, that is now the chain loosened. So I don't know, I've seen other videos where they undo these bolts, and they nearly take the whole cam out just to get this piece out. I think what you're meant to actually do is there's 4 of these, so take the gasket. So there's definitely 3 holes there. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, and I think he said there was a 4th one. I think this one here is what you can do as well. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah. So that there is the top of this cam. These 2 here is the top of this cam, or these holders for the cam, and this one here is for the plunger. So I'm going to undo 1 here, 3 at the back, and it'll just barely give me enough slack, about that much slack to get everything out. So let's do that. Okay, so that's it now disconnected. You can see there is a bit of play just there, and just underneath there you can see the little blue, and that is the tip of that. So and you can see, maybe you can't see, but just in there there's something like this brown, maybe the extra light, there you go. So the thing that's underneath it looks brown is actually that white half moon. Okay. I think we slide the gasket out first. Okay, so for the last 10 minutes I've been playing with this. So I got the pick. That was actually the easiest thing to pull it out. So where each of these little holes are, should be wearing gloves. So for each of these little holes there's a dowel underneath it, which I didn't realise. So you can see there's a dowel just there. There's a good picture of the half moon as well. There's a dowel there. I assume there's 2 others down over there where those 2 other holes are. How can we go in there? There we go, there's that. Okay, well there doesn't seem to be a dowel down there, but it was stuck anyway. I couldn't get it out. Okay, so now the next job, now that we have the old gasket out, it may not have been leaking because it did seem to be fairly stuck in there. So the next job now is to get the half moon out, which I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to show you on camera because I think you're meant to stab it. Oh, okay. Okay, I don't want to drop this now. Okay, and very carefully I got it out. So, I think it was leaking. Whether it was leaking or not, it's hard to say. But I have a new one anyway, so it's going to be replaced. And down there is obviously where the gearbox is, and all underneath the gearbox is wet. So I assume there's smoke coming up here at this side, but I say it's also either running across, because at the back it was a little bit oily, and when I pulled the gasket off, it was stuck all the way around here. But at the back, it literally just lifted straight up, so obviously there was no sealant there, or sealing ability there. So that's now the old half moon and the old gasket out. Now to get that new half moon in, which I definitely won't be able to show you on camera because I can't stab it, so I have to be really careful putting this in. So that's what's up next. Okay, I have it in. Actually, that went really quick. So I went in from this side here and just and I also had a finger in here and just kind of guided it in, and you could actually hear when the 2 little fingers there and 2 at the back just clicked in, so they all seem to be sitting in really nice. And yeah, I can't really get the camera in much better than that. So that's sitting in really well. It's a little bit proud just at the moment until the new gasket goes in, and then it'll just sit down a bit better. Okay, now time to get the new gasket in. Right. I saw the blue tip and I thought it was in that way, but it's actually in this way. So obviously it has to go back in this way. I can't go in that way because the blue tip will be on the wrong side, so it has to be this way. So I think again, so it's just going to fit in over that. Sorry about the lighting, it's not great, but tough. Right, I'll come back to you when I have this in, because this is a two hand job. That sounds really naughty. Okay, so just guiding it in and lifting this at the same time. Okay, yeah, it's gone in anyway. Okay, and now that they've all been tightened, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, they've all been tightened to 10 Newton meters. So now that they're all tight and the new gasket and the new half moon is in there, we can now undo the chain tensioner and put the tension back into the chain. Okay, I've cleaned off all of the edges all the way around, so the next thing is to put some RTV silicone glue in the corners. So the corners are one here, one here, one here, one at the top of this where the two of them join, and then either side of the half moon. So I'll show up a picture now. That's where they're all to go. Okay, so this is the old gasket that I've removed, and if we look just here, you can see, oh, there it goes. So yeah, it definitely needed to be changed, because you can see that the gas is just breaking down, and that's the bit that goes up the back. That's where all the heat is, and that's where it was leaking. So yep, discovered why it's leaking. So now time to get the new gasket and set everything up. Okay, so I've cleaned everything all the way around. I have the new gasket ready to go. Obviously these can only go on one way because this one here is missing here, so then you can't put it on upside down. That's the spark plug gasket done. Just have a look, they're all lovely and clean down below. So that's that one done. Obviously I have cleaned all the metal underneath, getting this one clean and down there clean. Okay, so now I have the gasket on with little drops of RTV in all the corners, and now I'm about to install the rocker cover. Okay, now I have the rocker cover out of the wash, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with it. Check the other side. That's all lovely and clean. Now that's as clean as it's going to get. Not able to clean the centers, but doesn't matter. That's as clean as it's going to get, and that's all I wanted. So lovely and clean, let's put it back on. Okay, so I now have the rocker cover back on, and just doing my preliminary checks that the seat is actually seated down, or the seal is nice and flush underneath it. It seems to be the whole way around. Just checked it there. There's nothing, you know, it's not it hasn't jumped off the track or anything like that. So it is sitting there perfectly. So now it's just a matter of bolting everything back up again. Now, where is the 10mm? I have lost the 10mm yet again. I'm pretty sure it actually just got up and just walked away. Right, where is the 10mm? Ta-da! Okay, some very dirty hands, but it's all back together. So let's give it a start and see if it starts up. Okay, so I've had the car running now for about 4 or 5 minutes. So there's less smoke now coming out the back, or practically none. So that means two things. I've either fixed it or I've run out of oil. So hopefully the latter. So hopefully it is fixed. And yeah, before that there was loads of smoke bellying up here. So that wasn't much fun. But yeah, overall, I don't see any smoke. I've been on the car and there's still oil there because it has been leaking, but I don't see any new fresh oil, so happy with that. Hey guys, thanks very much for watching. That's now the TT fixed all yet again. So if you like this video, why not give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe over there, and yeah, see you next time. So please do subscribe, and gosh, I actually love how the car looks. It looks amazing. So I can't wait to drive it for the summer. See you later, guys. Hi all, Stephen here. In this video we're going to fix the rocker cover gasket on the Audi TT.